Welcome all soldiers to the Fantasy Football War Council's podcast. Here are your co-hosts, Jonathan Arneson and Daniel Gutierrez.
So yeah, if I had an updated voice, you'd be in here too, Mario. Just saying.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. Welcome in, all mortals, to the Fantasy Football War Council, episode 146, the championship. And our champion sits right here, Mario. Welcome in, champion, Mario, champion.
Thank you.
By the way, have I told you I hate you? Just saying.
That was first bit of news right there.
Yeah.
Break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One of the council is champion of the league.
I mean, as it should be too.
Yeah,
Does that delegitimize or legitimize us? I don't know.
It legitimizes us, and if it wasn't Mario, it would have been me. So let's just be honest.
It would be this year,
Yeah.
as king, legitimate or illegitimate, I'll still spread my wealth.
Hey,
Yeah.
and you are the last king of the 10-man.
That's
The
right.
last king of the
one.
10-man.
Yeah.
So next bit of news: the Gods of War has increased from 10-man to 14-man as of its 20th year. This is the 20th year of the Gods of War. Crazy.
Wow.
We're going through puberty.
Just can't drink yet, but we'll have fun this year. So with our first bit of news, let's jump into this because we got only 2 battles, but a bunch of news, so we're gonna have some fun tonight. Our winner of our giveaway goes to user CBS_sucks. You have 1 week to write into our email, ffwc23@gmail.com, and give us all your information, name and address, so we could ship it to you. And the Justin Tucker is on its way to you. Congratulations.
Hey.
Yep. You got 1 week to respond to us, and if we don't hear anything, then we will pass it to the second name pulled from the hat. So we await your message. Also, thank you for the review. And we ask all our listeners to go review our show on Apple and Spotify or wherever you listen to us. And it was a lovely review. So anybody want to review? Who wants to read it? Oh,
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll read. Okay. I'm not embellishing at all. This is what they said. This podcast is entertaining and informative. I look forward to using their info and expertise to help me with all my leagues. And they're pretty good with it. Can't believe this isn't a more popular podcast. Keep it up. You'll all get there one day. Well, thank you. And yes, we should be more popular.
This is
Yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah, share us with
thanks
your
very
friends. And I know we're a secret meant to be kept, but honestly, we should be worldwide. So let's be honest. But
Well, we're gonna be digging deep with this 14-man. So
oh man, it's gonna be something fierce, though. I like it, honestly.
it's gonna be good.
Let's take away with our news.
All right. Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe has declared for the 2025 NFL Draft.
Boop boopy doo.
Ooh.
All right, Mario. Why don't you like this?
I was really hoping he'd stay in another year.
Of course.
Because I don't watch college football, but I do listen to prospect guides and everything. And they were saying, think Anthony Richardson, raw, everyone's perspective of what they thought Anthony Richardson was raw-wise, and he's there, but the other comps are more that he's Jalen Hurts with way more wheels, a lot more speed, and he's just got a ways to go before he's pro ready. So I get that this is a very shallow draft class at QB, so he could be drafted much
Mm-hmm.
higher. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see who takes him, if they're willing to develop him or whatever. He's got a lot of promise, but he's just so raw. So he's really got to go to the right place.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I think that I don't know how much next year's quarterback class is supposed to be pretty epic.
Yes.
So uh, he might not even be a third round quarterback in next year's draft.
Hmm.
Because there's just going to saturate the market. Now, this year is a little bit different because there was tons of really high end quarterbacks, which is why there were so many drafted in the first round, right?
Yeah.
But he's not going to be part of that really high end quarterbacks. So this year he still might be a back of the round, first round, if they want the 5th year option because they're going to try to, train him up, or a second round quarterback, which means he's making more money. But the thing is that the later he's going outside of those top quarterbacks in this draft, he's going to have a higher draft value. But the the opportunity for him to go to such a better situation, because those
Hmm.
are better teams that are going to be picking him up later on, is much higher also. So it might be a good career move for him, because it could be somebody that sees him as potential and picks him up to, to train him up as a successor somewhere, and it could be to a much better situation as well. So
True. Or
yeah,
he
I think
gets
it's a good
picked up by
move
a
on his
team
end.
that's in a real big need and he gets
Yeah.
thrown to the wolves.
Exactly.
Mm,
Exactly. So I think that this year's a good balance for him. I mean, who knows? He can show up to the combine and just show out, and his pro day and just show out, and then his value will skyrocket. So,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
right now it's all off of film, but the measurables and stuff like that aren't there, and people haven't talked to him. And,
Hmm.
there's players that shoot up the draft boards, and so who knows? But I think it was a
Yeah.
good move for him this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, there are a lot of aging quarterback and needy teams that, you know what, they might say, I'm going to take best available, even though we need a quarterback, and they might pick up two quarterbacks later. There's Ewers, there's Carson Beck,
Um,
there's what's his name, starts with an L, that
Lewis.
he was looking super good before this season for two consecutive years, and then this season not so much. But yeah, there's a lot of options for people to go for depth and just see if one of them pans out.
mhm.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Second bit of news.
Hmm.
Who's up, Mario?
Mario.
Okay. So the Bengals wide receiver Jermaine Burton, he's not on the team's plane traveling with them to Pittsburgh. Coach's decision.
Mm.
Uh,
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum
yeah,
bum
I mean,
bum.
the
The ex-
saga continues.
yeah, the experiment has ended.
It probably has. It sounds like they're going to re-sign T. Higgins. So we will see.
Yeah.
We will see if anything
Smart.
happens with him and Los
Breaking
Fas. Maybe Los
news.
Fas will stick around.
Chargers
His
sign
favorite
Ezekiel
favorite.
Elliott to the pass practice squad. Oh, come on. It's a joke. It's only Ezekiel Elliott. It's only a joke.
Oh, and he's coming to
The
Southern
Chargers.
California instead of Central California for camp. You
Uh,
know. All right. Lamar Jackson is the first person in NFL history to finish with 4,000 yards passing and 900 yards rushing.
damn
One
impressive.
of one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely is. Let's see if he can pull it out and get a ring this year.
You say pull it off, not pull it out.
So
Oh,
interesting
well.
stat.
He's pulling it out and getting a ring. That's different.
True, true, true.
Interesting stat is that Baltimore, uh, every 12 years, win a Super Bowl with a 28-year-old quarterback. Lamar is 28 years old. This is 12 years from their last Super Bowl.
Interesting.
We'll see if he breaks that or not.
Okay.
That would be
That's
interesting.
interesting. Yeah.
Lions, Baltimore Super Bowl would be a pretty awesome game.
That would be
Yeah,
a
it
really
would.
good game to watch, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I love Todd Monken. I don't think Todd Monken's getting enough uh, praise for everything he's done over there in Baltimore. Um, but the Lions defense with Aiden Hutchinson back, and they have Anzalone back now
Mm-hmm.
with Zadarius Smith. I mean, we'll see how everything goes.
Oh, Aiden, don't come out and get hurt your first game back.
Oh man, if he could
They
make it
need
back to the
you.
Super Bowl, that would be
They
great.
need you so bad right now,
When's he coming
right?
back? Have you guys heard when he's coming back?
No, I
Oh,
haven't seen.
Okay.
he said he'd be back for the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, that's all I've heard, but
Yeah.
So
got
that
no
he's
back
going
at
to be able to.
practice before.
Yeah, he should be able to practice for a couple weeks before that.
Let's hope he's on schedule.
All right, so
Yep, stay on
Black
target.
Friday. Black Friday started. It wasn't as big as we
Monday.
expected. And Black Monday, it wasn't as big as we expected. So, did continue
not.
into Tuesday a little bit. Nah. Well, let's see. Patriots fired Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, that's such a bummer.
It
And
was after 1 year.
yeah, when Gronk was covering it in the little
Yeah.
newscast, they cut him off and went to commercial.
Yeah, he was sharing some choice
he was
words. He
pretty
was very
pissed.
upset. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was
You
definitely
don't
pissed off.
you don't build a coach up like that and then fire him after 1 year.
As a rookie coach,
Was
you got to give the rookie coach at least any coach. This we've discussed this at nauseum
Yep.
on this podcast. You have to give the coach at least 2 years. Now,
Mhm.
if the first year is garbage and halfway through the second year it's garbage, then okay, at that point experiment is over. But you know, I firing after the first season, especially with that kind of roster, is just that's not fair. That's not fair.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely not. It's
that
not
roster
his
was
fault.
garbage.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was not his fault. So,
Which makes Drake May's performance even more impressive.
a little bit. Yeah. Mario.
All
Anything?
right. So, sure. Yeah, the Giants are keeping both Joe Shane and Brian Dable.
What a joke, right?
Mara actually said, "Look, here's the thing. I listened. So a lot of the teams are now doing this full presentation of like here's our mission statement, here's why, and our coach and our GM are keeping their jobs. It's a whole little announcement thing that they're doing now for
The
that point.
spiels, yes, I've seen
Yeah,
them.
and so this one was just saying that Mara, the owner, was saying, look, these two have explained to me what their vision was. It's a cohesive vision. I appreciate their vision, and I still think we're on our way toward getting that. The problem is the quarterback, and we'll see how we can fix that. So,
Well, the problem was the quarterback last year, yet you let your stud running back go to your division rival and run a legendary campaign. So,
yeah, but
stud on
as
you guys.
as many people have pointed out, when you're rebuilding, the last thing you need is a running back. And
True.
so, and he would that was a Swiss cheese offensive line. So Saquon's better off.
So
They're better
let
off.
me tell you, or let me ask you this, and I've had this discussion at nauseum with a New York Giants fan, and I agree with him. What was the better pick instead of Neighbors? Because there was a better pick instead of Neighbors.
It would be Penix. Mario, move your mic a little bit closer. Can't hear you very well, just in case.
Okay, sorry.
But
There you go. Now we can hear you.
Okay.
Penix is good, but
I mean, Bo Nix
Alt.
also, right?
Alt would
Because
have
he
helped the
played there.
team.
That's
Alt would
that's
have
what they
better.
said is uh
Alt gone at that point. I thought Alt went 5 and
Alt
Neighbors
They
went
did
could
2.
go 5.
Alt win at 5, but they made no move to go up. They could have done something. And Joe Alt would have been a much better move for that team, I think.
Oh wait, or was it JC Latham who went first and then
Let
Joe
me
Alt
pull it up
went
because
directly after them?
I think Alt
Yeah, I
went
think
after.
I think it was I think it was JC Latham went to
I think Alt went
Tennessee
after.
and then they picked Neighbors and then Joe Alt went with the
Mm-hmm.
Chargers.
Yep, Alt went after to the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yep, because Alt would have been a much better pick, and he would have made Danny Dimes look like fucking Joe Montana. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know.
All right. Uh, Jags fire Doug Peterson. Yep, that one's
Yeah,
fine.
worth it.
They made a
Worth
statement that Doug Peterson was going to be fired and that they would stick with Trent Baalke.
Yeah. You know, Trent has done a semi decent job drafting players there over the last 2 years, so I can understand why he stayed for continuity purposes for the entire organization. Um, but he also made clear in that same presentation video that if the head coach presented a good enough argument, he would fire him. So,
it.
Yeah, that was kind of cold. As easy as Shad Khan has been and patient as he has been with as an owner, um, yeah, having your GM on the same phone call while you say, yeah, if the good enough head coaching candidate makes a good enough case, I'll fire my GM while he's on the phone call with you.
literally, the two of you on screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's hilarious.
Let's Zoom call this. Let's Zoom call this real quick. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and that Zoom happened after it was leaked that there was an interview with a head coaching candidate, and that head coaching candidate told the interviewer. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see.
While he does that, Seattle fires offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb. The firings continue.
The firings
Hmm
continue, and the Browns fire OC Ken Dorsey, who was a head coaching candidate last year.
Skip one. And Bengals fired defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo.
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of talk that Lou Anarumo, uh, he could be up for one of these other. If someone's got a head coaching gig and they're an offensive coach, he'd be an easy snag for them. The Bengals just had no players. Yeah, all they had was Trey Hendrickson, so he's shown to be someone who has gotten head coaching nods in the past. So he's a phenomenal DC. Just yeah, he had shit to deal with. But yeah, so here we go. So a prominent head coaching candidate, believed to be Ben Johnson, is quoted as saying, "For the Jaguars to change direction, you have to actually change direction. Retaining Trent Baalke greatly diminishes my interest in that job. Lots of promise, but the same roadblocks." And that shit was blasted over the media.
Dang.
Damn.
And then that's when Shad Khan replies and says, "If you came here, I'd fire him."
Yep.
Man.
All
And
right.
then, no surprise, Colts fire DC Gus Bradley.
Yeah. Needed to.
Mm-hmm. He
All
needs some
right.
new books.
Here's a GM you can't fire.
That's right. Jerry Jones will be the GM forever, he says. Oh man.
I mean, let's hope he lives forever. It's just got to torture the team and all those fans, right?
Just that purgatory.
That kind of sounds like famous last words, though.
Forever.
I mean,
And then he
yeah. Well,
croaks next year.
he's saying it because everybody's calling for his son to take over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he's making some really bad decisions.
Yep. All right.
You got the next one, John?
Oh, man. Deshaun Watson has a setback. Wait, we should. Oh, I got a drop for that somewhere in here.
Funny, right? But seriously.
The Browns were smart. They put insurance out on his 2025 year salary, and they have the opportunity to get 44.3 million back. I think financial relief. I think it's smart that they did that because you threw money out the window at this guy. You got to get whatever you can back from the dumpster fire that he is.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I hear they restructured him to extend his contract so that his cap hits less and they get a little more wiggle room over the next couple years.
Yeah, but it's not much. But yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I just
So
shake my head at the worst contract ever made.
Worst trade ever.
Oh
All
yeah,
right. Jamar Chase wins the Triple Crown this year. Awesome.
yeah, solid. That dude
Two
is something
receivers in
special.
3 years. Crazy.
Mhm.
yeah.
Cooper Cup and then Jamar Chase, 2 receivers in 3 years. That's pretty crazy. That doesn't happen very often.
No,
No,
before that was 2011, and then Steve Smith Sr. was before that. Jerry Rice before that. So yeah, it's short list. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Another
Brad
historic thing
Thomas.
happened. Uh, Before this year, only 7 teams had 15 plus winning seasons, and the Lions and Chiefs both accomplished that this year. So making it overall 9 in the history of the NFL.
crazy.
Wow.
But we all know the Chiefs just didn't deserve all 15 of those games. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how many games have you stopped watching because they're Chiefs games, Mario? I know that.
I haven't watched a single Chiefs game all season because I hate
Smart man.
the holding not being called.
Yes, it drives me crazy every time I see it. I'm pointing it out to my wife so she sees it. It's not hard to see. So, and finally, Aaron to the Raiders.
Does that mean Devontae gets his old bunk back?
Maybe
Do
he gets
they come as
his
a pair?
back.
They basically said if Aaron Rodgers doesn't retire, then wherever he goes, Devontae's going with him.
God, just tie your career to the man. That's all you can do.
They have 500 touchdown passes. Or sorry, Aaron Rodgers has 500 touchdown passes, and I think they said Devontae has 98 of them or something like that.
Wow.
Jeez, that's
Yep.
crazy.
I mean, that makes sense.
That's crazy. All right. Well, do we have any more news? I think that's all our news.
Oh, I think we're ready to
That's our news. So
finish this round.
take us away for our championship battle, Daniel.
Yes, tell me about my coronation.
Yeah, I couldn't read this. I couldn't read it. I just couldn't do it.
The champion has been crowned. Mighty Bastones takes down Hercules' huge sock 228.58 to 205.43 to win it all. Mario was sweating when when Seattle's defense put up 52 points on Thursday night from his bench, and
Oh yeah.
everyone else on his team showed up pretty big, so that didn't really make a difference by the end of Sunday night. With a point differential of 23 points, this was not close, but still earned Vince the Spartan Shield for the closest battle of the week. Mario had 3 players put up a combined 1 point and still took this one handily with almost 230 points, which is a pretty high score in our league. The members of his team that showed up did it in a big way, led by Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors with 40 and 36 points, respectively. Mario brought it for this matchup. Vince fought well and had a great recovery at the end of the season. And first loser is the worst slot in this league. So have fun with that one. Congratulations, Mario. He is the champ this year, and crown him the emperor for the off season.
Yeah. Hate to do it, but congratulations, Mario. That's a
Thank you, sir.
two. Two.
2.
Well
My
done.
second championship.
Well done. Well done.
So you have championships with Gurley and you have championships with Bijan, huh?
Yep.
Oh God, man, I forgot about that. That's right. He had to pay for his last one. He didn't have to pay for this one, so.
Oh, I
Well,
traded for him.
yeah, he paid a little bit for
Oh,
it.
that's right.
He didn't pay for three
hmm
That's
first
right.
rounds. He paid a little
It's
bit.
not as like the girly. The girly was just that was 3 first rounds, 2 seconds, and a third. That was something. What a trade.
Yeah, it
I know, but
resulted
we
in a
both got a
crown.
championship out of that one.
Hey, it paid off. It
We
it
both did.
uh
Yeah, I got
and
a
you won a
championship
championship.
next year, and
Yeah.
then you got a championship the year after that.
Well, you should with all those damn picks. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, let's be honest.
Hey, man, we both got championships. That was a
Yeah.
good trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The brothers definitely shored up on that one. Yeah. Yeah.
And first round picks don't always end up to players who even make it all season. So
Oh
Yeah.
no, the bust rate on first round picks is much higher. We all know this one. So yeah.
I think it's just because they get the ball more.
Mm,
So, you
sure.
know.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Feels good to be the
Mario.
king.
Yeah. King indeed. It's pretty good.
All right. What do we have here? Oh, in this next matchup. Ha. I am so glad I didn't have to face Jose. Jose was consistently one of the highest scoring teams all season. He beat me 2 times throughout the season, and I was sure I was going to face him in the championships. And luckily, his team crapped the bed during the
Last
semifinals.
week, yeah.
Yeah, and so I lucked out, didn't have to face him because I knew he could put up almost 270 points like he did, and my 230 points would not have measured up. So that was awesome. Uh, this matchup was a matchup of the better 2 managers. I have to tip my hat to them. Chas, she wasn't the highest scoring, she was the second highest scoring, but her team always knew how to bring it and swing out those wins. Not like the crappy Kansas City team is right now, but when you were beat by Chas, you were beat. But then there'd be someone else in highest points, which was usually Jose. So yeah, both these teams were solid, solid, solid throughout the year. 13-1 is what Chas's record was all season, and this soon as they got to the playoffs, um, they tapered off, and Jose was able to take advantage of that and get third place this year.
Yep, and these are our 1 and 2 seeds right here too.
Yes, it's 1 and
Yep.
2 seeds. Jose gets highest score. He is the conqueror of the week, and like I said, highest accumulative point total as well. Biggest blowout, 265.58 to 190.37. Yeah, that's a beatdown right there.
Poor
So
Tony. Yeah, poor Chas.
Chas ends up the banished one, off
In
to
the pit.
Hades
In the pit. In the
to
pit.
mope.
For the full off season with Alan.
Yeah.
Well, he's the one kicked in the pit the whole off season. She only had to spend the week there, but it's the worst week to spend there.
Yes, the only one not to walk away with a medal.
No.
And
But
lower draft.
mad respect to both these teams, though. They were awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just their luck. Chas seems to always drop out first or second round, and same with Jose. His team had the most points in third place. So.
That was just luck with him. He
Oh,
actually
yeah,
did.
it's all who you played. Yeah, it was who
He
you played. And he
he
played.
he
Sometimes he played the highest player,
he scoped
being the
out
second
ahead
highest.
of time to bolster his team for these 2 weeks, and last week they just didn't do it.
Mm. Yeah. Well,
He was a
this
sneaky little
week's.
bastard on the waivers.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this week's Loki's Lucky Finds. Mario, you're all over it. You are the defensive team with Seattle defense, who scored 54.35 points. And the defensive player, Brian Branch, who put up 20 points. And Vince put a Brock Purdy with 36.8 points for the offensive player. So kudos to all three of you guys. So now it was a really busy week. We're a little late. We didn't count up the pick'ems, and we're gonna next week we'll round up all the medals for who won up totals of all the medals, and we'll have our award ceremony like we normally do. So
Yeah, we're gonna go through our predictions too from the beginning of the season.
ooh, I forgot about those. Yeah, we totally should.
Let's
Tampa.
let's visit those and see how bad I was.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, right. I don't know. Can't remember them, so I don't even know. They were so far ago. 18
That's
weeks is
one
a long
that I
time.
remember is at the beginning of the year I was like Tampa will be a 10-win team this year.
Yep, I did say that.
They had like under 6 was the betting odds, and I was like,
Yeah.
yes, Tampa will have 10 wins this year, and they finished
Uh,
10-7.
Yep.
well done. I don't think I agreed with that. I think I was a downer on that one.
You were
I think I was a downer on that one.
a little pessimistic but hopeful.
I think it was, yeah, wanting it to happen, but I wasn't sure it was going to, if I remember correctly. All right, so
Yeah, we hadn't seen the magic of the Cohen yet.
Oh, I was
man,
hopeful.
And
I
the
was
one
like, oh,
one of my outlandish ones was that Tim Patrick would be fantasy relevant.
yes,
And
yes. We just didn't state for what team.
yeah,
yes,
right.
I think he had a 3-week stretch.
Yeah, he did. He was fantasy relevant for 3 weeks.
He was indeed. He was
So
indeed.
yeah, well, we'll touch on that to see how we did.
Well, thanks all mortals for following the season. CBS sucks. Don't forget to write into the podcast ffwc at gmail ffwc23@gmail.com. And we'll get you the jersey within the next week. And as always,
Keep conquering.
Yes.
In a realm where legends rise and dreams collide, a council gathers with power as their guide. Jonathan the strategist with wisdom's might, Mario and Daniel warriors ready to ignite. Lightning cracks the sky, electric strings sing a battle cry. In this arena of fantasy and lore, the gods of war lead the charge once more.
Holy crap.
Wow.
right?
AI generated?